Hello and welcome to Video Revealed. I'm Colin Smith. Let's go tackle that thorny issue of Adobe's terms of use. Well, the internet exploded when Adobe released its latest terms of use, and most of the comments and posts were factually wrong. There wasn't a lot of people that went past a gut reaction to legal text, which most of these people are not lawyers, and if they were, they would realize that it's not what they think. So I'm going to convert legalese into plain English, and you know I'm not a lawyer, so how do I know this? I know this because Adobe had internal meetings for groups of folks like us. They call us industry leaders. I don't know. Anyway, they helped break this down, and some of it was actually quite funny what the common plain English is, because it's not what it sounds like when you read the legal terms. So I'm going to break it all down for you. Are you ready? All right, let's go. So this is Adobe's terms of use. So first of all, your content and the ownership of content. And you can see I'm quoting right from the terms of use, and I'll put a link in the description directly to that so you can read it for yourself. As between you and Adobe, you, as a business user or personal user, as applicable, retain all rights to your ownership. We do not claim any ownership rights to your content. What does that mean? You own your content, not Adobe. That right there should make you feel much better, and the internet got this one wrong. Let's keep going. Licenses to your content. You may choose not to participate in content analytics. Generative AI. We will not use your local or cloud content to train generative AI models except for content you choose to submit to the Adobe Stock Marketplace, and this is governed by a separate stock contributor agreement. So if you thought the terms of use covered this, it doesn't. They've separated this out so that if you contribute to Adobe Stock, then you have a different agreement. And the amount of people that use Adobe applications that also contribute to Stock is minimal. So if you don't, then none of that pertains to you. All right, access. Our access to your content. Operational use. So our services and software will access your local and cloud content to enable the normal running of services and software. So this freaked people out. Wait a minute, you're accessing my content, you Adobe? For allowing Photoshop to open your file so you can edit it. Remember I said some of these were funny? Well, that's the plain English. So the access to my content is access to run Photoshop. Just open up your document. Oh, they need a separate access clause there? Yes, they do. Remember, these are lawyers. Our access to your content. B, no scanning or review of local content for content stored locally on your device. We do not scan or review your content. Adobe does not scan your hard drive. I'm going to say this over and over again so that it dispels this complete myth. Adobe doesn't scan your hard drive. They don't want to scan your hard drive. All right. Our access continued, and this is only if you upload to Adobe servers, not your hard drive. So illegal and abusive content. For content that you have uploaded to our servers or create using our cloud-based services, content may be automatically scanned to ensure that we're not hosting illegal or abusive content like child sexual abuse material. Scanning means looking for a digital fingerprint. Scanning doesn't mean opening your documents and looking at each one. There is an international database of these fingerprints that are known for child exploitation images. And these tags are kept in a secure database. And when you upload, Adobe looks for that fingerprint, knows what the database is, and if that fingerprint isn't there, then it just goes on. So it's not like they're looking at every piece. again, plain English makes this so much more clearer. Okay. Our access to your content. Content analytics with cloud content. Oh, by the way, all the yellows that you're seeing are my emphasis. They're not part of the legal documents. Okay, subject to your opt-out rights, we may perform content analytics with cloud content to help us understand the use and services, help us improve it, and recommendations and customization, Insights from cloud content may be used to inform our marketing to you, subject to you opt-out. Opt-out, opt-out. You have control. You are opted in if you're sending stuff to the cloud. If you're not, then none of that will happen, okay? But if you are, you can opt out of that. You're in control. Okay, more access to your content. Generative AI. We will not use your local or cloud content to train generative AI models except for content you choose to submit to the Adobe Stock Marketplace. And this use is governed by a separate Adobe Stock Contributor Agreement. Adobe does not scan your hard drive. So again, the myth that Adobe is scanning everything on your computer and using it for generative AI is wrong. Our access to your content, human review. Human review of cloud content for cloud content. Human review may occur in limited circumstances. Huh? Okay, again, you read the legal and you're wondering, human review? When are you going to look at my stuff? Look at the next answer in plain English. When you ask us to. This is the stuff that I find so funny. It's like, wait a minute, you're going to access my content? Yeah, when you ask us to. Yes, they need a legal agreement to agree for you to show it if you ask. Oh my goodness. When you make your cloud content publicly available, like on Adobe Stock or Behance. So they're going to review that. If they didn't, can you imagine the stuff that could be posted on Behance? All of that's got to be reviewed by a human. Okay. And when your cloud content is flagged, again, remember, I mentioned that before. If it's flagged with that fingerprint, then it's going to be reviewed. When you opt into a pre-release beta or product improvement program like Adobe Photoshop Improvement Program. All right. Your local content is never reviewed by us. Again, let's dispel that myth. Your content is safe. All right. Licenses to your content. Reproduce. This is where so much of the wrong information is. Whoa, Adobe's reproducing my stuff? What? Without my knowledge? It's going into my hard drive and taking everything and then reproducing it? Reproduced? Wait, what? Copy and paste. Yes, they need a license to copy and paste. This is why the legal stuff, which has been around for 30 years, doesn't mean anything to us. This is what lawyers talk about. Oh, we need rights to copy and paste. Copy and paste? Yes. Legally, that's called reproduce. Copy something from Photoshop, paste it in Illustrator. Adobe needs a license for that. What else? Upload. If you're going to upload, it's reproducing it because you still have that thing on your hard drive and now it's up there. They reproduce that. Okay. Libraries. You put something in a library. That's reproducing. Not stealing your stuff, for crying out loud. All right, licenses to your content, distribute. To publish your work under your direction to third-party platforms. To share your content under your direction through our services to your friends, family, and colleagues. Wait a minute, Adobe needs a license for me to share my stuff with my family? Well, that's the legal world. To allow these authorized people to download your content with your permission. So you uploaded it to the family and friends, and Adobe needs licenses to that content and to download again. All right, licenses to your content, create derivative works. Again, this is another big myth. What do you mean? Adobe's stealing my stuff and then they're using it anywhere else. To compress an image and make a thumbnail. Adobe, like Photoshop, needs a license to make a thumbnail? Yes. To remove an image background. That's derivative works? Yes, because it's new. It's a derivative of the original. So you open up a photo, you remove the background, a license is needed for that. That's all that is. To translate cloud content to another language. Sure. Publicly display. To publish the image or document on a public property such as Behance or third-party platform at your direction, but not to use your image or document to market or promote. So publicly display doesn't mean your stuff is used by Adobe. You are in complete control. So that's public display. The next one is publicly perform, similar to public display, but for video. Upload to YouTube. Yep, Adobe needs permission to perform or play that video. This is why you and I, we're not lawyers, we shouldn't just come to these conclusions when we read legal documents, because we're wrong. Licenses to your content, sub-license. The foregoing rights to third parties acting on our behalf. For example, we utilize trusted cloud infrastructure providers, and sometimes Adobe works with other vendors. Think big servers. So Adobe doesn't have a giant infrastructure in San Jose. They, like every single big company that's serving up media, they contract these secure, vetted companies that all they do is just host the content in servers. They don't have a front end, they don't have a portal, they're not selling your images. And this is important, we will not grant and cannot grant a sublicense to a third party that is greater than the rights you give us. And this is my emphasis, no AI training. So it's not like when you upload to an Adobe server, it goes to a third party and then they're scanning and paying, getting paid to use your AI content. Not. So here are the most important things to remember. First of all, you own your content. Adobe never scans your hard drive, and most of this stuff is not new. Look, she's happy. It's not like Adobe changed a bunch of things. Most of this stuff is not new. It's been around, but nobody's poked into it. It's just the gosh darn internet just goes into a flaming war when people aren't interested in taking the time to look a little bit closer. And that's what I'm trying to do here, is look a little bit closer and make you feel secure that when you and I are making stuff, posting stuff, sharing stuff, it's fine. Adobe has our best interests in its heart and soul. That makes sense, I hope. I removed monetization on this because I just wanted to play directly. I wanted to get the word out, make it really, really clear. I didn't even read all those posts. Like when I started reading the headlines, it's like, yeah, they're getting it wrong. I knew that. But then it got worse and festered and got worse. It's like, so folks like me are now reaching out and really letting people know what the plain English means. Hey, if you're new to Video Revealed and you found this informative, take a moment and subscribe. You want to support us some more, you can do that on videorevealed.com/shop. We've got wonderful donors that trust me, and I appreciate all of their support. Till next time, I'm Colin Smith, and it's my job to really do my best to try to tell you the real story behind what this is all about so that you can feel secure like I do.